Hello there, this is Marcio Gali, and sorry for the mess. This is yet another episode of Coding with Agents. I guess the fact that the body is helping us, that kind of thing, and then you know, you go drink coffee, right, and don't play with the pen, you're gonna get in trouble because you gotta manage your time, and it's really complicated, right? The thing about asking some activities. All right, let's step back here. These are reflections from the day, from the routine of a builder, a developer, okay, and from the action when this person, assuming we are not in a simulation, when this person is actually coding with agents, okay? And there, sometimes I try to capture something that just happened, like try to, grab the cat by the tail. Um, and here's a case very interesting because I came across a phenomenon before, and and I caught myself in front of this explosion of user interfaces. Okay, so at least 20 different screens I made. I call them screens. Okay, these are screens are systems or departments. You can call them boxes, like a toolbox. They're like an infograph. It gives you a view into a problem. Okay, sometimes a folder in your computer becomes a screen, right? And the screen can be a screen for telling you what's happening, or for a screen that tells you what's happening, and also where you can tap buttons there, where you can make decisions, right? Okay, I had the screen, right? Situation here. I had this is the environment, the body is there, etc. But this is one of the screens. The thing is, it's being like a month that I'm not using this screen. And when I came across, it's something like I saw like my client's accounting there, and there's some output area there, and the design is very difficult to see, the boundaries between these clients. And that's one thing because I don't remember. And I know that I can check these accounts, and I had two buttons right there, right? Generate all-in-one, renew, copy, Docker file, something. Generate, run 10 style per site. I don't remember what are these things. And here's a phenomenon. This is also a pattern because after you organize your department, let's call this a department of a company, okay? This department is responsible for certain functions or a main function that may have functions underneath. All right, that's one thing. Now, we know you go back to the department next day and you're like, or you take vacation, right? Because I took vacation, right? It's been like 30 days that I don't see this. And looking at this, I say, ooh, what is this? I don't understand anything here. And then, of course, right, I went back to the buddy and said, hey, buddy, help me out to understand what's going on there. And he gave me something there. I said, I still don't understand, right? And then I said, I still don't understand the difference you're talking about. You're telling me that the script stops something. I don't think that's the case. The script doesn't stop anything. These scripts, as far as I remember, are just create recipes for us. All right. Then he said, yes, you're right. The script doesn't stop anything. It only generates scripts. Yes, and then I remembered. But then said the difference between A and B has to do with what's going on in terms of the recipes. And I said, oh yes. And at some point said, do you want me to describe better in the README? Right? And here's the point, and this is me closing the reflection, because what you do there is, when you reflect about the user experience, the ergonomics of this department, you're basically like a chief operation officer rearranging things, right? You say, no, the machine shouldn't be here, and the whiteboard there, we should have a memo in there that helps you to understand what's going on, right? It's us through the days with the feedback improving the system, refactoring the system. There are things we can do in the very same day, in the very morning. There are other things you gotta postpone, right? Some certain things you gotta say, oh, this is for later. We have to think through here. All right, thank you very much.